everybody, welcome back to my channel. I see that I got some new subscribers, so I'm so happy about that. And some wonderful messages through social media platforms, which I really like that. So keep watching and thank you so much for supporting me. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe, do all that stuff you're supposed to, and that would be greatly appreciated. So today's video, I thought I'd do something really cool and really special. I was going to do my full makeup routine for everyday use, going to work, whatever it is, and what products I use. While doing that, telling you what my favorite products are and right now what I'm using. So let's get into that video. So first of all, I'm taking my Smashbox primer and I'm going to cover my whole face. My face has already been cleansed and now I'm just explaining that I am going to be putting the primer in 3 spots. I'm going to show you exactly how much, and it's just a little bit like that on my finger, and I just put it in certain places on my hands. Next, I'm taking my Benefit pore filler and going to be putting that on my nose. The next, I am going to be taking my Born This Way foundation and a blender brush I had bought from MAC, and I'm going to be putting that. I put my foundation right on my beauty blender and in 3 spots, 3 little tiny dots on the beauty blender, and then go and put it on my skin, just like that, on my cheeks, on my chin, on my nose, and on my forehead. And then I just start blending away in blending motion, starting with my cheeks and going up. And I'm just finishing off that foundation there. Just blended it all, and I usually wet my beauty blender. Next, I'm taking Boing Concealer by Benefit, a great product that I absolutely love, in the shade, I believe it's very light. It's number 1, I believe, for my skin. And that's the concealer there. My product's almost empty. I love it that much that I use a lot of it. And I use a little tiny beauty blender to apply that, or sometimes I just use my fingers. And that's me finishing that. And I usually put it if I have blemishes as well. And I'm just finishing that there on my nose as well. Sometimes on the side of my nose I'll put a little bit of that. And that's what it looks like. Very nice color. Very white. I love it. It hides dark circles perfectly. So if you suffer from that, you'll really benefit from the Boing Concealer. The next, I'm taking one of my new favorite products, which is the Milk Makeup Bronzer. I did in my first video. Absolutely love it. It's a great product. And I believe I'm going to be using the little tiny highlight. I believe it's $20 for that little highlight. And the big one's $37. So it was reviewed and I absolutely love it. And I believe you guys will too. And I'm going to be applying the bronzer first. And you'll see exactly where I apply it on my cheeks. And the point of concealer is you never want to look like it's a dirty look. So, and I'll just apply that to where I need it, on my 2 sides of my cheeks, on my forehead. And then I take a brush and apply it to my nose. It makes it a little bit easier because I do have a bigger nose. I want to make sure my nose looks very detailed and slimmer. And you'll see on the side of my nose I'm going to do that with that brush. Because the stick is so big, I prefer using a brush. I have a little bit more control. And there you go. That's what it would look like on the side of my nose. And I'm just going to finish that on that side of my nose, trying to go up almost to my eyebrow. And a little bit of blending there as well with that brush. And then I just go and use my beauty blender to blend the rest in. Next, before I do that, I'm going to use highlight. And I'm going to highlight the T-zone on my forehead. and into my nose, and I believe it's called on the Cupid's bow of my upper lip. I like doing that. It makes my lips a little bit more defined, and especially in pictures, I find it makes it look a little bit, makes my lips pop with lipstick on. And then underneath of my eye. So again, for if I ever take pictures, I'm into TikTok right now, so I'm taking a lot of TikTok videos, and it really, really, really makes my eyes pop. And then I just take a beauty blender and I just blend all that in. Sometimes with the highlight, I'll use the end of my beauty blender and I'll just use that for the highlight. And you'll see I'm just blending, 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 constantly blending. And then that's the finished product of the contour and highlight. Makes my really, really good, shows up in pictures. Love it, love it, love it. The next I'm going to be doing a little bit of blush. One of my new favorite blushes. They took my old one off the market, and this is my new one. It's by Too Faced, and it's got 3 colors in there. It's fantastic. And again, I just use a brush, and making sure that when you always use a brush, you smack that product off of the end. Because if you go and you put the product right on your face and not smack it first, you're going to have a lot of product all in one place. And I always swipe up with. So always swipe up with that blush brush. Always go up. And I usually do it just above where I've done the contour and just underneath where I've done the highlight. Very, very light. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be finishing it all off with another favorite product I've just bought, which was the Too Faced Peach, I believe it is. It smells phenomenal, and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit lighter than I normally go because I usually go with more gold tones. It's got more of a porcelain look, but it's still gorgeous for the summer. And again, I just slapped a little bit into the lid, and always making sure you hit that product off because you don't want a lot of product on that. And with that, I just completely go all over my face and into my neck, and especially beside my ears. The next, I'm going to be taking the Stay Don't Stray Benefit Eye Primer. I always prime my eyes. It's important to keep the eyeshadow in place. So again, you're just going to see me, and I usually just use the applicator that comes, and then I blend it out with either a beauty blender, but mostly just my fingers. The next, I'm going to be taking the No Goof Brow Pencil by Benefit. I like that, but I don't really spend a lot of time on my eyebrows. I just fill because they are so done anyway. The next, I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, which I absolutely love. I've had it for 2 years, so it's gone a long way. Really worth the money. I think it was only 60 bucks, and I said, like, it's worth the money because, like, look how much I've used in 2 years. The first I'm going to be taking is called Strip Poker. I'm going to be doing my whole lid with that as my first color I choose to put on my lid. With this look, I'm going to be doing 3 different colors on my eyelid. One for my lid, one for the crease, and one for the whole lid. And blending. So the first color I said is going to be Strip Poker. Watching while you're holding that brush, and always, always hit a little bit of product off, because again, if you start with all of that product on the end, you're going to have one glob in the middle of the lid. And you'll see I'm not holding the brush. I'm holding the brush in the middle. I suggest if you're just starting, you hold it at the very end. You'll have a lot more control. And I'm just blending that color in. Blending, blending, blending. The next color that I've chosen to use for my crease, the end of my eye and for my crease, is called Chocolate Martini. Very, very dark color, but has such nice gold tones in it. And I always start at the end of my eye and swipe that all over the crease, but always swiping outwards.
It looks so, so, so fantastic for this and just makes my eyes pop. And I absolutely love it. And there, that's that finished product, that strip poker. Now I'm going to be applying the chocolate martini. And you'll see I've used quite a bit at the end, but that's because I pull all of that product all over the crease. So I've hit it before, I hit it off the side of the palette, and now I'm just going over the crease. Taking that, what is at the end, and going over the crease. Taking no more product than that. And that's that finished product on that crease and on the end of the eye. I'll do the other lid the same way. Very, very, very nice color. Love it. Again, it's called Chocolate Martini in the Natural Eyes palette by Too Faced. Love this palette, you guys. Worth the money. And then that's that finished of what I've done. The next, I'm going to be taking the color Silk Teddy, and I'm going to be applying that all over my lid. It's such a nice, shiny, got sparkles in it. It's amazing. The next, I'm going to be taking eyeliner by Sephora. It's just Sephora's brand, thin pencil. And I always make sure you pull that eyelid, girls. You need to pull your eyelid because you'll get right to the end of your lid. I have big eyes, so I really make sure I'm pulling that really, 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 really tight. And I do the other eye the exact same. Always pulling the lid. And then I kind of go back in if I've missed a spot and fill. You'll have a lot more control. Lot more control if you pull that lid. The next I take, oh, look, I'm very proud of my light there. It's from Costco. It is amazing. It's charges, so you don't have to have it plugged in. And there's my MAC mascara that I take because I do have watery eyes and I have lots and lots of problem with mascara. And that seems to be the one that's working with me. I have watery eyes, and by the end of the day, if I use drugstore, I will look like a raccoon. So I try to use the MAC mascara as much as I can. I absolutely adore it. I used to love Clinique, but they changed their formula and it just doesn't work for me anymore. And that's my finished product almost of my mascara. I do always do 2 coats of mascara if I'm not going to be wearing lashes that day. That way it has a dramatic look without having to put lashes in. And the next, I'm going to be doing my lips. So because I do have big lips, but I use a lip plumper. That is the lip injection by Too Faced, and I put that on first. The only thing is, I'm going to warn you with a lip plumper is that it does tingle. The next, I'm going to be finishing my lip with a matte lip color. It's Amazing by Too Faced. There you have it, guys, my finished routine. That is how I do my makeup every single day. I hope you enjoyed the video.